Here we have come to the last part of the chapter, that is ear. Ear is what? It is the auditory sense organ, or we hear with our ears. Basically the ear is divided into three parts: the external ear, the middle ear and the inner ear. Acha, in many places this external ear is also known as the outer ear also. Okay, now this ear ultimately connects with the auditory center of the brain, that is in the auditory cortex, that acts. And how does it function? Ear actually acts like an amplifier, converts the sound waves or the sound energy into electrical impulses. Okay, now basic function of the ear is hearing and balancing. Okay, now you see, we'll go into the detail structure. Now if, as I told you earlier, this is a structure of the ear, and I said earlier that it is divided into three parts: external ear, outer ear, external or outer ear, the middle ear and the inner ear. So external ear, you find a cartilaginous structure, that is the visible part of the ear, and it is attached to the skull bone. See, this is the temporal bone, so that is attached to the upper part of the jawbone. So this is the temporal bone and this is your external ear. So this external ear, the cartilaginous extension of your ear that you can visibly see as ear, is known as pinna. Okay, so this portion of the ear, that is the external part, is known as pinna. And you see here you have a opening here. Okay, and this is a tube like canal that you can feel. If you put your finger in your ears, you can feel this. Now here, this passage connects the external to the internal section of the ear. So this canal is a very delicate canal, since the hearing process is here, and you see this white part that is known as the tympanic membrane. It is a very thinner than a paper, and this actually is the vibrating medium, the vibrating membrane that helps the sound vibrations to travel within. So here this portion, if you see, this needs the protection. So here sometimes water may enter, sometimes any small insects may enter. So this portion basically is protected by a ceruminous gland. Ceruminous gland is got a very sticky secretion here, that is ear wax also, that needs to be clean, but it protects and keeps the tympanum lubricated. Okay, the ceruminous gland, it might not be in your book, but it is a gland, and you know this gland has got a very sticky waxy secretion, so that if anything enters, it sticks to it, and it has got a very bitter taste that is not favorable for the insects. So the ear, this is the natural protection of your ears. Now you see, here is the tympanum. Now this is the external auditory canal. Now from here it starts the middle portion. So now you see, as soon as the vibration, it's like a drum. Okay, now when sound energy comes and it strikes here, it vibrates. Now that vibration is just taken away, conducted by three bones here. You see, malleus, incus and stapes. Okay, these are the three bones. You call it as ear ossicles. Okay, small, very tiny small ossicles. So that is known as the bones, and they take the thing out there. Okay, now you see, in many other books, as the shape is there, it is also known as hammer, anvil and stirrup. If you see this properly, if you see more closely, this portion, basically here it is like a stirrup. Stirrup means, if you see a horse, now the rider puts the feet like that, so it gets the name like that. Stapes is also same thing, and the stirrup is also the same thing. Okay, now you see, here again you find a tube, red color tube, that is known as the eustachian tube, and that actually controls the pressure of the internal air. Now sometime you might have felt that if you put eardrops, you get the taste. So it is a connection of the internal ear to the throat. It's connected to the throat and it maintains the pressure here. Now if you see here, you have a snail-like coil out here. Okay, snail-like coil here, and here you have three canals, three semicircular canals, and this is actually known as the vestibules, and this portion is specifically responsible for balancing of your body, and this portion is cochlea, and this is the inner part, and here you see, here is an oval window. Here, this is the oval window, and this oval window goes there, and from the cochlea, afferent auditory nerve. See, two nerves are there in bio, wherever you find afferent and efferent. Afferent is actually comes and efferent goes. So, here the afferent takes the vibration to the cortex of the brain or through the auditory nerve. So cochlear nerves here, it is an afferent auditory nerve that takes the vibration to the brain, and efferent nerve gives you the sensation back here, and you feel the sound. You distinguish the sound what you hear. Okay. Now, if you just see the diagram carefully. Okay. Now you see. Now you might come across the word tympanum. What is tympanum? Tympanum is the eardrum you find in it. Okay. Now you see here, I want to show you this part. See, the up to eustachian tube. Now the fluid, see, inner part, what you see, the cochlea, it is basically the fluid filled inner part called labyrinth. What is labyrinth? It is a maze-like structure. Okay, maze means what you call it? Canals there. Bhul-bhulaiya, you call it in Hindi. So that is basically maze. Okay, in English, and that is also known as labyrinth. Okay, so that labyrinth consists of two parts. One is the bony part and another is the membrane part, and they are filled with a fluid that is known as perilymph, and actually it is the lymph, endolymph, it's filled over there. So the coiled portion, I said, that's coiled portion of the cochlea, the membrane constitute of this resinar and basilar. Okay, now if you see the diagram of the cochlea, you'll understand better. Okay. Now you see, okay, can you see it now? You see, this is basically a section. This is basically the section of a cochlea. Okay, you see, this is basically a section of the cochlea, and they are made up of canals, and fluid filled canals are there, membranes are there. So you see, this outer structure, basically it is bony canal. Okay, now within the bony canal, here you find these are membranes, the vestibular and see, these gaps are known as scala vestibule. See, vestibule means a gap. Okay, scala vestibule, one anterior part, scala media, that is the middle part, and here this is scala tympana. Okay, so these are three, and here you see a basic membrane is there. Okay, so that is known as the basilar membrane, and here we have organs of Corti. Now these organs of Corti, they are specified cells. Okay, now if you see these parts, they have specified cells and they have hair-like projection. Okay, this portion of the cell, if you see, they have hair-like protrusion, which is here also. This is not basically clear in this diagram because that is a very minute thing, and these hair-like projections, they are free at one end. Okay, the upper portion, they are free at one end, and what does they do? They actually vibrate when they receive the vibration, and here you see the nerve. Okay, this tectonal membrane, and here you have the afferent auditory nerve that takes the vibration. That means sound wave is converted into electrical impulse and it is taken to the brain, and where you can distinguish the sound of different objects. You can distinguish the sound, whether it's a sound of music, where it is a sound of noise, where it is a sound of somebody talking. You can recognize the sound of your parents, your teachers, your friends, like that. So this is basically, you see, the organ of Corti and the vestibular membrane, basilar membrane, that is basically helps you in hearing. Okay, now we will come to the last part. See, organ of Corti here, like cells, you see. The organ of Corti is a structure located on the basilar membrane, which contains hair cells that act as an auditory receptor. You know what is auditory receptor? Auditory receptor means sound receptor. The hair cell present in rows of internal sides of the organ of Corti, and the basal end of the hair cell is in close contact with the afferent nerve fiber. I said this is the auditory nerve. A large number of processes called stereocilia, which projects from the apical part of the hair cell and above the row, and that is known as tectonal membrane. It's already there in the diagram. Okay, now you see here, when we were showing the diagram of the ear, we had 3 semicircular canals, what I had shown you. So that inner semicircular canals, that is called the vestibule. Okay, that particular thing is called the vestibule apparatus and located above the cochlea. It is located above the cochlea, and the vestibular apparatus is composed of semicircular canal or otolith. Okay, now see, the macula and the cristae ampulla, these are areas, and the saccus and the utricle contains a projection ridge called macula, and these are specific receptors and they are responsible for balance of the body and posture. This is what you have to remember here, this portion. Okay, semicircular canal. So with this, we come to the end of this chapter. Mechanism of hearing, I already said that sound vibrations. Okay, the eardrum vibrates, and eardrum vibrates with respond to sound wave, and these vibrations are transmitted through ear ossicle, malleus, incus and steps to the oval window. The vibration passes through the oval window on a fluid filled cochlea. They generate waves in the limb, and the wave in the limb induce a ripple in the basal membrane, and this movement of basilar movement bends the hair cells, pressing it against the tectonal membrane. As a result, the nerve impulse is generated and associated with the afferent neuron, I had said earlier. Now thus these impulses are transmitted by afferent fiber via auditory nerve to the auditory cortex of the brain, where impulse analyzed and the sound is recognized. Okay, so you are going to go through the chapter and I'll be giving the assignment after the video.